Back at it with my co-host.
What up, man? J Alpha, Big Black and Beautiful. You already know who it is.
Hey, yo! What's good, my guy?
What up, man? How was your week, man?
Yo, listen, I've been ducking raindrops and protesters all in the same breath.
Yeah, it's ice baby time out here, so they out on the streets, you know, fighting, protesting, whatever.
Listen, everybody's opinion is entitled to be heard, so.
Yeah. Hey, it's America, man. Express your First Amendment.
Express yourself.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Yo, man.
What do you feel about the protest, man?
Listen.
I feel like, yo, man, it doesn't make sense to me, but, you know. I feel like, yeah, you can protest, but I feel like we picking and choosing because I feel like every president, this is you don't like Trump or you don't like the right, or every president deports people. It is what it is.
It's interesting because I've seen so many different sides of it. The people that are actually the immigrants. The people
I come from an immigrant family. Like my parents, I don't know, but I feel like, you know, why you got surprised? This guy been saying he's gonna do this, like.
I think they didn't expect it to happen so drastically, but
he was talking about this forever, like.
But he did say he was gonna invoke.
He's standing on business, man. It's just people be safe out there. You gonna peacefully protest, but just know, man, he got the National Guard. I don't think he playing with people.
They brought the National Guard.
I heard the Marines coming. They're not playing.
Yo, listen, they are. It is an isolated situation. I feel
like there's peaceful protesters out there, but there's people that are gonna take advantage regardless. It is what it is.
And there are some people taking advantage.
It happens in every protest.
It does. It doesn't happen to affect everybody. So I know you guys are probably watching it from wherever you're watching it. But we're in the heart of it. Well, not necessarily in the heart of it. We live, you know, in the outskirts of it. You know, that's more downtown.
My mom's calling me, yo, what's going on in LA? I'm like, I don't see none of that, man.
Yeah, my grandmother.
I'm chilling. I don't see any of that.
She always checks up on me when she sees.
And I don't go down
the news
like that unless I gotta go down. You know?
She's like, I saw in the news that LA's burning to a crisp. I said, Grandma, that's not
what's going on. It looked like that on social media.
Yeah, and then now she's like, what's going on out there? The president don't love y'all? So my grandma.
My Mexicans though, man.
So my grandma.
Talk to my Mexicans, man. Legal, unillegal, undocumented, documented, shout out to all y'all, man.
Listen, y'all got a story, you know, it's something that, you know.
But just know there's laws
and there's procedures and processes to make this, you know, easy for everybody and making sure that we all, you know, all on one accord and we are essentially on the same page, right? But get into it. On the backside of this, you know, we got some crazy news in the world of social media. We always tell you there's real life and there's social media. These YouTubers out in Vegas have been beefing for God knows how long via internet, you know, 8K followers, and apparently something was said where...
Oh, you're talking about that murder in Vegas.
Yeah, let's pull that up real quick.
Yo! Oh, they shot her too?
Yes. Right there on the spot.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes. Yeah. Yo.
Wait, who was that shot him?
A fellow, not a rival YouTuber. I would say fellow, but I guess it's rival YouTuber. He apparently didn't like something he said a couple weeks prior to, and just been, you know, locking in on him and told him, he said, when I see you, it's on sight. He hit him out, and his girl. Left them both unalive. Crazy. Shows you how far words travel and how much of an impact. So watch your fucking mouth when you talking to the wrong one.
Hey, they bugged him like that?
Often. Watch your fucking
mouth. And
his
girl?
And his girl. Listen.
That's wild, man. Vegas too, Wild Wild West, huh?
It's Vegas. It's Sin City, right? And there's definitely a lot of stuff that.
And I guess what happened in Vegas is not staying in Vegas. We seen this shit and it happened, right?
Firsthand, live on stream, off old boy.
Loved them.
Listen, he said, "Hold
on." I think people don't give a fuck about it. Like you done. Like how you gonna argue that?
You came and going to run, but I think they captured him already or something like that. But it's just crazy to see how much what was said was taken to heart, and he took that so much.
There's a lot of sensitive people out there, man. You know what they say? Words don't hurt, or whatever.
They definitely do.
They really hurt people, man. These words, they can't take the words.
The generation.
Era we live in, man, they can't take words. They're gonna words is violence. I'm just saying, they always say that words is violence.
Words are deadly.
How you feel about somebody's violence now?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because in a world where people take likes as a form of gratitude. Like, what the fuck you think they're gonna do if you talking greedy? It's only but so much.
That tough skin shit is over. That's like old school shit.
Yeah, it's crazy because you think about it. We've lost that sense of social etiquette because there's so many people that are confined to their own situations that when we give people...
A lot of people care about people that don't know them, that ain't gonna see them.
Exactly.
What they think.
You getting all crazy and bent out of shape about someone who gives a fuck about you.
You probably ain't never gonna see. You're just gonna see them when you open up your computer, open up your phone.
It's crazy. All you can do is basically you literally have the ability to skip that channel.
Yeah, you could just all right, I'm not watching this. You can do this.
Look. Just close the screen.
Right there, but we live in an era where they can't.
You can't, what the fuck?
That's why I never understand cyberbullying, because I could just go like this.
Yo, but he said some shit about me online, though.
I could just do that.
What am I supposed to do?
Well, we live in an era people, they live in this era where they're in front of the camera, in front of the computer all the time.
That's your fucking
and what
face,
people
man.
say matters, so they can't just turn it off. It's like they're making this fake world into a real world.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Listen, this is not the real world, but it is a great tool for you to,
just be entertained, man. Stop being so uptight.
And stop getting so caught up in this shit.
Everybody not gonna like you. People are gonna say shit that you don't agree with. It is what it is. Just show love regardless, man.
That's all you can do is show love regardless. Listen, if you like what we say, comment, subscribe, because
you always gotta
show. You always gotta show love, man. Find it in your heart to show love, even though there's a lot of stuff that people we don't like, but we get into it. Back at it. So, I guess.
Oh, you want to go back? We're going back to the protest because this is.
Yeah, let's pull that protest section up. We have to get a different perspective on people that are more involved with it and other people's opinion because we're all entitled to one. So we just actually pulled up with.
It says Mexican American calls out protests in Los Angeles. So you're in this country, you want to leave, yet you're waving the American flag. I feel like that's how privileged we Americans are. We get to complain about shit that's clearly they say it's illegal. We know it's illegal. It's like me being a kingpin, then I'm whining and crying that I got caught. What comes with the actions you do.
You want to be a broker? Listen. Unless
it's like we see the movie where they'll scream out ICE and these people start running. They run because they know that I'm illegal. I can't be seen with these people. And now these people are fighting because they're getting thrown out the country. I remember I seen some shit, old video from there was a protest in Mexico. They're protesting people from Honduras coming into Mexico illegally and living there. So it's like you could be angry and don't like it in other countries, but in America,
we just
we're supposed to but that's our fault. America's fault. They don't want to let everybody in.
No, we didn't want to let everybody in. They forced it. It was a force. We were forced to accept that. So keep that in mind.
So now everybody thinks they're just supposed to be. It's like, every country has its law, but once it's done here, it's wrong.
And nobody else wants to do. So listen, again, I'm not trying to discredit or put anybody in the place of,
I know it probably hurts hard because it's home. I mean, I probably have I'm from an immigrant family. I had cousins and uncles that got deported before. It probably pulls at the heartstrings, whatever, this and that, third, but it's part of the game. You come here illegally, you might get deported. That's just
whether it was last year, 2 years ago,
or you're here for 20 years.
There's a due process, and I'm not trying to take it away from
I don't want to
anybody.
feel like I'm insensitive.
Yes, I don't want to be insensitive, but there is a due process, And it definitely is very questionable right now because of the fact that, we see the current administration letting people in from
I feel like it's a rhetoric too, because
there is a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes that it's out of your control. And
I feel like it's just like, we have this party lines. I feel like people just, it's the side that they don't agree with doing it. Because when they were doing it, there wasn't this outrage.
And there's a lot of,
you can just find videos like Obama, Hillary, or all these other people, or other Republicans like Bush, saying that they're gonna do this, but people don't see it that much because the media has made us hate the current president so much, and they push it. So now they just see. I feel like this happens with every administration. And it didn't happen with Biden because they were just doing the open border thing, but it happens with every administration where they try to get as much illegals out of the country as they can.
So, I definitely am in observance of what he was saying, and I gotta say, you gotta think about it from a broader perspective, right? There are a lot of people who come to America trying to loophole the law to create a lifestyle here in America. Whether it happened now, 5 years ago, or 20 years ago, there are loopholes that people take advantage of, right? Does that happen in other countries? Not as much as.
But they're lucky because other countries they're not as nice as America. They're gonna kick your ass out. They're not gonna have no due process. This and the third. They're gonna go the hardest way. They're not gonna give you a warning. It's gonna be the hardest. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I've seen videos of Africans trying to sneak into Italy, and the way they do it through the boats. And some of the tourist boats will just shut them down, and they see you trying to get on the boat, they'll just kick them off. Like right there, wherever they decided to get on the boat out there.
Yeah, America, they give you a plane. They give you a plane to go back. The other one is, you're going to find a way to go back.
They don't care. However you got here, go back that same way, right?
Well, I didn't even play the clip with this Mexican American.
It's great. Just so I can clarify it. You don't want to go back to Mexico. You're protesting to stay away from Mexico. But you're waving the Mexican flag and you're waving it with pride. You're waving it in the United States, the country you're trying to stay in, the country you don't want to leave. But yet you're waving the Mexican flag with pride. Okay. That seems normal to you? That seems logical? That's not stupid at all? None of that's stupid. All right. You guys are an embarrassment to the Mexican culture and to the United States culture. You guys are an embarrassment to everybody around you, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Do better.
Yeah, so.
I used to be one of them super libs. I remember I protested in college and all that. I wouldn't do it today, but I feel like a lot of it's like monkey see, monkey do. People, I feel like nobody really gives a fuck about this, unless you have like a family member really going to do it. I feel like people are just jumping on a bandwagon because it's going on right now.
So there are a lot of great family ties and that are connected.
I work with a lot of there's some that don't care, some that are for it, and there's some that are no. But usually the ones that are not for it, the ones that don't care, they've been here 3-4 generations, and their parents came. I see a lot of immigrants that say that I did it the right way, I had to pay these fines, why did they get to get around? There's some immigrants that think like that. I did all this, how come they get to jump the line and I paid all these fines and all this stuff, and they just get to stay here?
I had a friend who literally got a scholarship to college. Didn't even have a citizenship. By the time once he was done with school, got into the actual real, the light of life, he actually had to get a citizenship. And it cost him so much money, attorneys, he had to go through so many, it was a due process, right? And it definitely creates this line of division between the affluent and the people that are, just getting by when it comes, if you had to create a dollar value to the process. And it blows my mind how people question it. But at the same time, like he said, you live here, but you wave the flag from there. But it's just a lot to kind of, take in. I know that there's so much, there's rights and so forth and so on.
I just told you, it's just America.
But it's
even the ones that are not, we're entitled to do things like, you just think about it. You think you could do that in other countries? You go in there.
No, you
talking
can't.
about you don't want to leave, and you're waving your flag or whatever flag. I mean, it's cool, you can wave your flag, but it's weird to be on a flag, waving the flag when you're protesting to stay in the country.
So we live in LA, so we've seen this quite a few times in the last couple of years. We had the BLM movement, we had this movement, we had the Gaza movement, we had the Little Armenia movement. There's a lot of people, a lot of multicultural, groups of people that live here, and they all essentially throw their setup when it gets, when at the end of the day when it gets pretty cloudy as far as what's going on where their home or where their heart resides. It's like that's what they know. That's what what they stand for. But at the same time, it's something like a conflict of interest.
And there's this whole argument online too talking about like the Mexicans are saying, "Where are the black people? We supported you, it helps you."
Oh no! First of all,
I feel like
to everyone that's dealing with this right now, whether firsthand or in the back end of it, I send you my heart, and more importantly, Hispanic communities that are being affected by it. It's
our heart goes out to you.
It's
we don't show love regardless, but
it's a lot,
sometimes it just doesn't make sense. The argument doesn't make sense.
It's a very questionable place for us to be in right now,
Because like I said before, I come from an immigrant family. I can't tell you all my family is legal or whatever,
Well, listen,
they did what they had to do to become legal.
Lead them recipes. That's what I'm saying, because the food is on fire.
There's laws, like I know sometimes the laws ain't fair or whatever, but there's just laws. I see people say, "Oh, you guys were slaves before," but what about this? I feel like this is just online blabber or whatever. Like,
and it does kind of does play back to what he said earlier before, because if you kind of say that, it kind of puts us in a perspective where we monkey see, monkey do, because we all want to support everybody, but at the end of the day, we just end up keep supporting every group, and we're just a big hodgepodge of motherfuckers supporting each other, and then we kind of get over inundated with what the objective is to begin with at the end of the day. So now we're just a bunch of mob of people, just out there fucking.
I feel like people use this to show you their how they feel about certain other groups of people.
Yeah.
That's one thing you see with this situation where you see some people like, oh, but then people start bringing up, oh, you said this about us. You said this about us.
I saw a segment where Alice Walton, one of the the heirs to the Walton family, where they were giving us stuff from Walmart to protect their faces during the riot, the mask. Did you see that? Like, it is deeper than rap. Like,
a lot of people think it's paid protesters.
Yes, people think it's paid protesters, and it's crazy how you guys don't know. It's
politics is usual. I don't play anything past politics. Like, they'll do some. They'll play any dirty game. They lost. They're gonna win some way somehow.
But listen, protect yourself, protect your family.
Yeah, if you're out there protesting, please, peacefully protest. Don't. It's hard, but And I feel like one thing I hate is these people wearing masks. Like, why are you wearing masks at a protest? Are you there to protest, or are you just trying to do deviant shit and people not know it's you? Because there's a lot of people with masks,
throwing rocks and hiding.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, if you're gonna stay on your shit, man. Stop hiding yourself, but
Yeah, and there's a lot of people out there on the front lines, basically,
I seen one a reporter get hit with a rubber bullet.
Yeah, and
I'm like, these cops is being a lot nicer than I think they should be.
One of the main reps for civil rights, and he got arrested on a $50K bond. Like, this is just so much going. Shouts to them and
yo, just be happy y'all in America, right? Y'all complain about how they treating y'all. If y'all was somewhere else, it would have been 10 times
They would have
worse.
sent y'all all back.
They would have been bucking people, right? They would have been letting go some rounds.
When Kami Lane got arrested, I seen
that dude. Yeah, he self-deported himself.
Yeah,
he was on an overstayed visa.
Simon Gamboa, the dude from Real Lives of Hollywood.
That's one thing too. There's a lot of people that be staying over their visa too.
Yeah,
that's one thing that and I guess
Then there's also the ones that buy their visa by fake partners. Then there's also the ones who.
I see some Congress lady from Minnesota talking about Like her dad was from some army in her country, and then they came and they falsified their papers.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you a Congress member admitting this? Like,
exactly. Like,
are you even? That means you're not even allowed to be. You're allowed to be in your position.
Yeah. So
but you know, there's some people that are so far left, they're gonna do shit like that, or you know.
But it's like
you're snitching on yourself. Like, what are you doing?
Let's overlook the derivative of how we got.
And you want to be seen like I understand so much that you're putting yourself in the line of like the portion is like and all that stuff. Like it's weird.
It is a weird one. It is a weird one because there are a lot of.
But yo, we're in the middle. We're not on this or that side. We're just talking about the whole system because it's incurrent events.
And
I understand the people that are no, my family been here forever, and I understand the people like yo, man, get the fuck out of here.
It's just a very very trying time because you got to think about how you gotta like put yourself in other people's position. Like you said, like, there are people who actually went through those processes.
But I seen one thing. Oh, you see the
spend money.
It's a weird thing when they're talking about. Oh, you see these people, they taking them from their kids. I'm like, yo, they do that to every criminal. You could be a kingpin. They're gonna take you from your kids. It does. It's just what happens when you do a crime.
It's just more focused right now.
Because it's just focused right now because we see that happens to every family. Your mom does a crime, your dad does a crime. They're gonna take the kids, and you're gonna be crying. I seen like a video where this girl was crying. Her mom was stealing or they accused her mom of stealing from a store, and the girl's crying like it's like your parents does a crime. They're gonna take the kid. The kid's gonna see that.
It doesn't matter what crime. Take with you to jail?
Yeah,
y'all gonna go fucking hand in hand in the fucking.
It's not fair or whatever, but life ain't
listen. People are just trying to do their jobs and trying to.
Yeah, these people letting people do their jobs, man. They want to be out here doing this. Is just part of their job. Like.
No one wants this to happen, right? But at the same time,
they've been fucking telling you guys. They've been telling you. That's why I'm like, yo, don't act surprised. They've been telling you. Like, this guy in office been telling you like, he's gonna do this. Like,
yeah, but let's talk about on the other side of communism. no, joking.
But yeah, I see one dude talking about like, oh, we could be a socialist country. We're not gonna do it like these countries. We're gonna be a good socialist country like Soviet Union. You're in America talking about turning this into a social. Like, it's like you want to help. Like the people. Yeah, majority of people voted for this. A lot of people voted for this.
But listen. I could see the undertone there, right? But at the same time, with us stepping into this world where AI is supposed to be the resolve to a majority of these fucking problems, because that new bill that we just signed, where we're supposed to, essentially let AI do its job. That essentially it leads us in the path of allowing AI and robotics to take over or be a big part of the future.
Oh, it's perfect. This is how we're gonna roll into the next topic.
Awesome, perfect. Robotaxi. The unveiling of Robotaxi. This has been like in the making right here.
It's popping up in Texas first, right?
Yes. So it's not. So mind you, it's on a.
It's all kind of funny. Eli's been quiet lately, man. After his little
he's dying. War. Literally lost $34 billion, but the stock bounced back right up. Even through the muck of all this, and more importantly,
it makes me feel like this is all set up.
It definitely seems like some manipulation there. And more importantly, you got to think about it like this.
And yo, Trump been doing this the whole time with the stock market. He's been playing up and down with this shit. And he's telling you, yo, I think you should invest. And then now, Tesla, he has a little fallout with him, and Tesla's look like it's gonna come back.
It definitely does.
It seems like all this is theatrics, like.
It definitely does. You got to think about it like, yo, listen, are we basically being taken for the ride, or are we out just here?
Yeah, it feels like all this is a script.
Well,
like we knew, just like we knew the protest was gonna happen. It's like a script. Like it's crazy. Like the same thing happens every few years. Like
all I'm saying here is that when autonomy is a real thing, right? How many of you guys want to actually fucking drive when you don't want to drive, right? We're gonna get this geo grid to how these cars on this system. It's happening in real time, right?
Like I want a Robotaxi. Like imagine you at work, you get a Robotaxi that's still making money for you while you at work, right? You don't want to work that much, right? Y'all keep complaining about AI. I know everybody's scared of AI, but I feel like...
Listen, they already had 2 Model Ys on the street. Listen, when you get the fleet, they said you're gonna range anywhere from 45 to 65 a year. Just
the scary part is, like, well, how's insurance gonna work? What if the car malfunctions? Who's getting the blame?
Well, Tesla has their own insurance, and now that they're introducing inductive charging, you're basically never gonna have to touch the car, right?
Oh, I mean, it's.
We know that the Robotaxi are here. Let's go.
Sorry about that.
Breaking news.
Yeah, it's not even this is a 2-second video, but yeah.
But you know, think about that, never having to touch it, putting fleets out in different cities and never having to touch. What type of time we on over here, man?
All you gotta do is clean the car, maybe.
No, the car clean. Literally, there's a vacuum service that vacuums the car out and charges it at the charging port.
What about if people is you see what they do with the Waymo cars?
So
what about that?
So they actually show the comparison between the two. Waymo, for the car to be equipped to do what Waymo does, it costs almost double the car, right? You can't do that on the average car and have someone pay a substantial amount of money for just the hardware outside of the car, right?
Yeah, they have that little shit on top. What's
The
that
LiDAR. It's a LiDAR. It's a LiDAR
Oh.
detector. But think about this, right? Who wants to drive a car that looks like that? Who wants to be in a car that looks like that? Now, I know Elon in the earlier stages used LiDAR to actually, do the same thing that he's currently doing, but I guess they felt that the cameras were more effective in some capacity, or cheaper, or more cost efficient. And cheaper is definitely not a word you want to use when handling your life or the care of you in the seat of a car. But now they've created this software that runs hand in hand with the actual hardware on some of these newer cars, and at a click of a button, your car has now become an actual taxi, a robotaxi. So your car is now on a circuit, and you're making money without even doing anything. Like, well, just think about that. It's like we're literally in the future right now. We're happening.
We're in the Jetsons, huh?
We are. But it's good to know that we're making some progress.
Yeah, stop being scared of the unknown. I mean, I know we've seen movies, we've seen this, we're scared of the robots, but I feel like, it's gonna come without you going along with it now. Like, I feel like people should get smart and start learning.
Yeah, I actually read somewhere that Waymo is going to be releasing only a certain amount of them per year. And the amount of time it takes for them to produce those pocket amount of cars, Tesla makes that in about 4 or 5 minutes. So let's think about economically what makes sense for the world of autonomy. Safety is it's the only thing that matters when it comes to this, right? So would you be open to riding in a self-driving car?
I never did before, but I wouldn't be scared.
Oh, you've driven my car. What the fuck you talking about?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you did have an all the
so
I did it before.
So it's just without a steering wheel. It's a little more, So again, take that into consideration. And like you said, trust tech or give tech a chance to prove itself.
I'm not gonna say trust. I don't trust everything.
Give it a chance to prove itself.
Give it a little percentage.
And let it learn from you. The more you give it as far as information, the better it gets. Yeah. That's what we're here for, right? Our next step is fulfillment. That's all we need to think about. So jumping right ahead, though.
Dating shows and the purpose of them. I mean, we have a bunch of time. We got like Poppin' Balloon.
We got Pop the Balloon.
Love Island. All them shits on Netflix.
Too Hot to Handle. Yeah. So there's Pop the Balloon on YouTube. There's Pop the Balloon.
They still do both of them
on Netflix, right?
I thought they lost it. I mean, other people do it, not the main.
So let me ask you a question. Why do you think Netflix went with YouTube's version of Pop the Balloon? Do you think they went because
I feel like it was getting on the traction. You know what I mean? I would see the Pop a Balloon video without me even looking for it. I would just pop my feed, it'll be on my feed.
So
I feel like the only online one. They have the 21 and that's not serious.
The 20V one.
Yeah, the 20V one. Yeah.
So that's a speed dating counter in that situation. Now let me ask you a question. Would you?
It's kind of crazy. I remember growing up, you used to watch all them shit on BET. I mean, on MTV. the Fifth Wheel.
Oh yes, I do.
All the other shows. I do. Like now they're involved into this. Like so, Blind Date. All them shows.
Yeah. Do you think the reason why?
Or could you date my daughter or date my mom?
Yeah. I do remember. There were so many. But for the Pop the Balloon, do you think that one of the reasons why it did so good is because of
I feel like because it was just it was outrageous. We'll see outrageous people like their standards and what they want and what is be like, what the fuck?
But is it just, but is that shit, so like the thing about it, is it real or are they just doing a lot of like,
I don't even know if it's real. I don't think it's real.
It's not, first of all, we know it's not real.
I mean there's some crazy people out here with their standards nowadays.
I've been casted for dating shows and I have a girl, right? And it's just interesting to see how many people actually go on these shows knowing that they have significant others. Now, for me to ask you now,
like with some people, like they say, people always single. Depends who axes them. So maybe that's how they think about them shows. I'm with somebody, but if I find somebody better, why not?
So, but the real question here is that if you have another partner, right, and you go on a show like this, right?
Well, they might make them some NDAs, or they don't like even say anything, like the wife and or wherever the...
Yeah, but the question here is, what does that relate to the audience? Knowing that you have a family at home, but you're willing to go on a show to create some clickbait content for people to be like...
some people like that validation. They get some fame from it, too, if you think about it.
Fame. So is the fame worth the integrity of the actual experience of like intimacy between you or a potential person?
I mean, I think that's up to the person.
It is definitely up to the person.
I think no, that's not. Like, how you gonna be in a relationship and you're gonna try to fake one on TV? But I feel like your significant other is gonna have a problem with, even if they say they don't.
What's the difference between a relationship on TV and an actual movie?
I feel like those celebrities do the same thing too. They have these fake relationships with other celebrities because it's good press or...
It's good press.
I feel like what good press are you getting from that when you're just a regular person?
Because everybody likes a good fucking love story, right? I love you, boo.
Yeah, all that rom-com fake stuff. People love that.
Like Forever, for example. Great new series just came out on Netflix a little while ago.
We're talking about Forever or something? I mean, with that Forever, I feel like because it kind of showed you the ups and downs. It wasn't like it was peachy.
Yes,
everything was like 100.
And everyone involved in it, from age level, you learn so much in the complexities of relationships. From the parental standpoint of view, from the actual, the part.
And even so, the social media playing into it.
Social media playing, because we had social media.
If you've never seen Forever, watch Forever. That's
Forever's a great opportunity.
It's on season 2 too.
Yeah. So they said Michael Rainey gonna be the boy that old girl starts linking out with in college.
Michael Rainey. Oh, Michael Rainey. Oh, that's true. I was talking shit.
Yeah.
That's funny. They just announced the new Power Book too. Power Book Legacy here with Tommy. It's gonna be a crossover between Tommy and Tariq.
Yeah.
So that's about to come out.
Yeah, because Tariq fell out of Stanford, and yo, Uncle Tommy, I'm gonna need to get back on Uncle Tommy. But but that would be cool to see.
That'd be funny. I thought you were dead ass about that. Like he's gonna be in the. Well, you probably know. You gotta be
man, it's definitely cool to see stuff like that and the impact that it has on, everybody. Like I said, age-wise, and it was cool to see that. But
yeah, that should be funny. It'll be like when we was dealing with that chick in Power, that chick and that dude was like the good preppy kid. Then he came to visit him in college and he see Michael Rainey in the room with his girl.
Yes.
That'd be funny, man.
So like, in the grand scheme of things, as far as dating shows and the purpose, and they're like, is it good purposes or bad purposes, or is this something that people use as clickbait?
I probably depends on it. For me, it's entertainment. But there's something that really think it's like they're gonna like. You ever see that Love Is Blind? Shit, like they're gonna blindly just fall in love. It's a cool idea, but I feel like that shit is.
It's misleading, though.
Yeah, I feel like that's just misleading.
It's very misleading.
And I feel like there's some people that are very impressible. So when they see that,
exactly, they're like, yo,
I want something like that. I remember I seen a movie with Christina Milian I think it was like some Christmas movie.
Yes.
Somebody told her that
Yes.
she's gonna meet this person at this time.
Oh,
So the whole time she's trying to meet this dude again at the same place. And when she meets him, he has a whole girlfriend and everything.
Women love
They love
rom-coms.
that make believe fairy tale shit.
Like they fall in love in a matter of like 3 days.
Yeah,
3 days, they're in love on the holidays. There's a holiday loving.
But you know, they live in fantasy world.
Yes.
A lot of people live in fantasy world.
Hey, listen, whatever world you live in,
whatever helps you get through life.
Exactly. Whatever world you live in, make sure you live it to the most.
Yeah, to the
extent.
fullest.
To the fullest.
Even though it sounds wacky and loony.
Yes. Make sure you're the ruler of your world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah!
We gonna go, I know it's like cool to hate Roc Nation right now. They feel like Roc Nation is part of every conspiracy. We got DDG, they say Roc Nation is behind that. We got Tory and Med, they say Roc Nation is behind that. It's kind of funny. Everything Roc Nation has or manages somebody in it, there's some crazy shit going on.
There is literally, they're always, it's
The one thing I hate, I'm a Jay fan, man. I hate this new notion where it's cool to hate on Jay-Z. Oh, he did this to this partner.
Have you had the word crowd, right?
Yo, Jay been telling us in his music since the beginning of time he's a businessman. In business, there's cutthroat. That's how they move. They moving around, making their business to the highest level they can. Jay just moves like that. Now you could call him a cutthroat, this, that, that. But he's been telling us since the beginning of time, like he is a businessman. He came from the drug dealing world. Now he's in the corporate world. He's gonna move like the people move in the corporate world, whether you like it or not. And I'm sick of hearing these people trying to always tear this back. Yo, man, he's an entertainer, man. Enjoy the entertainment. You could either like his music or not. But I be seeing all these think pieces. Oh, he's a terrible person. He's this, he's that. Yo, he's an entertainer, man. Enjoy the entertainment. And I feel like that also goes into the celebrity. We love people. People are too in love with celebrities. Live your life and enjoy the entertainment. They're entertainers. Stop looking to them as your spiritual advisor. Like y'all be looking like to these people like they're your gods or something. Stop it, all right? They're entertainers.
I'm out of my relationship after Idris Elba and Sabrina.
Like just stop.
But listen, my girl thinks she Beyonce, and I'm Jay-Z.
That's just annoying, man. But we have but there's one thing about Desiree Perez. Even though there's the same chick that was a drug mule for her past husband. Right?
Remember Tekashi 6ix9ine?
She was a drug mule. Then she was snitching. Then she got partying by Trump, right? Did she get partying by Trump?
She got partying by somebody. It was.
Yeah, she got partying.
It was a federal party or something.
Yeah. So now she's back in the news because apparently her daughter's dealing with somebody she doesn't like. And what did she do? Desiree Perez, a woman who negotiated $1 billion deals that helped clean up rap beats in the back room for Hov, is being accused by her own daughter of having her forcibly committed to a psych ward, and allegedly trying to destroy her marriage and control her life. Yeah, I remember I seen this where she doesn't like. I guess she's dealing with some black dudes and she doesn't like it. I'm not saying it's racial, but she doesn't like the guy that she's dealing with. And they're saying that she's trying to use this Florida Baker's Act like a weapon against her daughter, saying her daughter is crazy and she needs to be taken care of. I think that's what the Baker's Act is called. And it's not even, this is like real, like she's using medical records to say that her daughter is crazy and she's not in control of herself and she needs somebody to.
Yeah, and that's like old school shit right
But they've been saying all this shit about Desiree and it's looking like, she's using her tactics from when she was a drug mule or something. I don't know.
Jeez,
power and all that.
Made it look nutty.
It's kind of crazy. I seen this and I just want to talk about how she got her daughter in this whole predicament.
Well, obviously she's a part of Roc.
But think about it. If your parents had the power to control you, because parents already try to control their kids.
And they not even making happen with that.
Yeah, they're not making what Perez is doing. Imagine they had Perez's power.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure she's been so used to controlling people all her life that she should expect that at least at home she should be able to control her household. But the one person that she can't is the one that's close. So
everybody, Jay gets a lot of bad rap because he picked her to be the CEO. And like, why you even pick somebody like this?
Because it's her mind. It's her,
And I feel like people are like, oh, she's
mindset.
a rat. I mean, yo, I don't think they look at females and rats as the same as they look at male rats.
I
feel like women consistent dudes ain't gonna.
For female rats, it's basically it was the last choice. They had no choice.
Yeah, like they were doing it. I don't think it's on the same.
Like I ain't saying you put the birds on your hip, take that trip down south, right?
I was forced to do. You know, women get like we said last time. Women get sympathy.
You knew you was gonna get a Birkin once you touched down, but now all of a sudden,
a lot of women get. In this society we live in,
he put a hammer in my head and made me take the trip, right?
Yeah.
It's, it's a double sided deal.
Yeah, it's just women get sympathy, like we always say. It is what it is.
Yeah, but but other than that though, not just because of the whole rock, just because of the relationship between the mom and daughter, he's talking about how influential, and I'm not saying the best way, the Roc Nation and Roc has always found themselves running hand in hand with some of these major issues in the industry, obviously because they're one of the front runners when it comes to
everything. You could put them in the Drake and Kendrick beef because they felt like Jay was playing some favorites and all that.
Yeah, but like he said, they're always in some hand of it. So it can't all be good.
I mean, I seen the stream where what's his name? I forgot he was talking shit about the whole DGG shit. Then somebody knocked the door and got a bottle. This was from Roc Nation.
I didn't see
that.
I
about you. That's just about.
These
kids be doing shit for stream, but that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's a good time for you to just run that in and talk about the impact the streamers got on the mainstream media.
Oh, I mean, you want to jump to that already, or you want to just jump to the profiling first?
Let's do this. Let's talk about this because this is gonna be a good one.
I mean, the BT Awards was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
They had Kashin out there, Talil over there too. They had a couple of
First of all, I don't remember the last time I watched a whole BT.
I mean, the only reason I pay attention is because I'm not into streaming, but I see the Kai videos. I see the.
But they use
I'm gonna watch it.
They use the streamers.
I actually enjoy watching them stream. The young, the new young kids.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing. It's kind of entertaining.
Kevin's kind of becoming a new Roc Nation of media because he has his own LOL network and he's getting.
He had that for a while.
But now it's getting to the point where his hand is in everything. And I know he has something to do with Kai, him, Rich Paul.
And I think they're supposed to be having a movie to come out.
Yeah, him, Rich Paul, and fucking Hov got some. They definitely because I saw he had a Roc Nation hat on at that pool party, right? So he definitely had some.
Well, I mean, there was a bunch of things that happened with the streaming. They didn't let Tyler in until Kai came up. Kai's a big
LeBron's son. How they gonna do LeBron's son?
Then he even pressed
Kevin
Gates about that LeBron. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
But they had one moment that everybody's talking about is the Kai not knowing who Wale is.
Yo, Wale, but the way he was moving, like he was walking into the joint playing a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch.
And then before he saw him, he was like, but he basically the same size as him, so I can understand that how it's so easy to like.
Nah, but let me play the clip real quick.
Yeah.
Nah, me neither, I ain't gonna lie. But I see.
I mean, literally is the same size as Kai Cenat.
I heard it was crazy.
Everybody in the chat like Wale. The guy heard yes, kid fans. I didn't know Wale. He don't know. But again, he's 22.
Yeah.
And I feel like Wale was lit when this guy was like 8, 9, 10 years old.
Wale's not that old though.
Yeah, but when he was in his high, like this kid was probably like his favorite rapper, freaking Ace Boogie, whatever. A Boogie with it. I feel like it was an Ace thing, and I feel like he came from a Caribbean background. No Caribbean mother was listening to Wale, whatever. So, but I know, then Wale pressed him. This is a funny part. Wale pressed him like.
He was crazy with everything. What? It's making me look crazy. The exchange that we had in the hallway. We're talking like.
And we know this is the knock we have on Wale, bro. You take shit too personal, like.
Wale,
he's always been, I remember he used to be the dude on Twitter. I think I tweeted him and he'll respond to you if you say shit about him, like.
Cause Wale, people used to really.
And I always feel like, I don't know, I'm not a big Wale fan. I used to say Wale is so average that he's almost bad. That's how I used to feel.
Yo, first of all, shouts to Wale. We always gotta show love regardless.
It's so love to Wale. But I'm just saying, I used to feel that way. Like when they used to talk about the Kendricks, the big songs, the Drake, because they come from that era. I feel like I got mad when people used to mention. I feel like Wale's not that good. It's not crazy because I like poetry. He's a poet.
No, Wale had an album.
I don't think Wale said it's like the Nike boots. Nike boots was fire.
The album about nothing that was literally back
that was alright
with fucking Seinfeld. That's ingenuity.
Yeah, I like that too. I mean, it was a mixtape where he made an album. And then,
crazy album.
But I feel like he kind of has like that Ja Rule thing. Like, Ja Rule was great, but it's just, he had that niche where the shit that worked for him was when he had the R&B singer on the song and he's rapping. I feel like Wale, that was Wale. The other all good Wale moments, Loaded Flower Bomb. That was the niche, but other than that, I think. But me, I'm not a Wale fan, so I'm not. But I feel Wale is good. He's cool.
Yeah, I thought Wale had a good.
That's one album I like, All About Nothing. That album. He did
a good job.
It's just funny, like, and he was just on Joe Budden talking about shit like this.
Yeah.
And now he's like, he's never gonna change. He's gonna always feel slighted, I guess.
Yeah. Well, what else at the BET Awards? And
we had what else did we have? I mean, we seen the triplet. We seen Kai Cenat, Serum.
No. You need this every time. What we been messing about? I mean, one thing we been messing about. What we messing about? My mans. Your mans? Yes.
They talking about who?
No, he's a G.
Damn, yo, listen.
I don't want to be stereotypical, but when you see the lady it's understandable who runs fucking Shade Room. When you see the lady hosting it, this is who runs Shade Room if you think about it. You go in the comments, this is the type of people you're going to see in Shade Room. Because they're very anti-man.
Yo, Shade Room is
Shade Room, that's why I'm following years. I can't even do it anymore. Like, it's like, you just go in there, it's like, if you want to feel a shit about being a man, just go in there. And then they'll just show you like every man ain't shit or whatever. But shout out to Kai for that. Like that's a real friend right there. Like he's right in the vein. Like he was doing that the whole BET Awards. Then Tyler with his mace. Nah, Tyler. If I'm not doing it, Tyler.
Let me find out the streamer standing on them.
Nah, that's one thing that Kai's a real NIGGA, right?
And Kai's some real shit. Kai's showing some solidarity.
He really said, Tyler, if Tyler can't come on these, he can't, I'm not doing this. And Kai has that power, like,
Yo, you know what I've noticed? So listen, whatever happened to old girl Zoe who was the rock?
She was there.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, she was there.
Oh, I thought that,
because they had when they accepted to the streaming university.
Oh, yeah.
But she was there.
Oh, okay, I thought
she was there. She kind of looked, I told you, when you get sympathy.
Did she get curved, or they still rocking with her? Because I didn't see her at
she's still cool with, like, his friends, but.
Not him?
I never seen her.
What did Zoe do?
Nah, I remember there was one instance where they were all at his crib.
Yeah.
And then this one, I think the one when who was there? When Drewski was there.
Yeah.
And then she was like, how she had that whole aggressive personality, whatever she does. And then I think it was something when she said something to him. He didn't like it, but he didn't say anything about it. He was just like, she was doing too much.
Okay. Cause I was like, damn.
She used to do that whole thing where she acted like she had a crush on him.
Yeah.
Obviously, she really didn't know.
I remember that.
She used to do that, like, I have a real crush on him and all this shit. And
pull up something else on BET and let's
and then, what else? We had him and acting a fool with, we had the Kendrick one. Where, at least he even Drewski said on business, like.
Yeah, Juice said, I chose a side.
Yeah, he overdosed.
OVO.
As you see when
wait, what's the OVO thing? What's the OVO? What's he?
I don't know, Owls. I don't know.
Owls? OVO. Then listen.
Look, we see when Kendrick got the award, he came off there. Kai got him up, but Drewski just win. And I don't think Kendrick was even gonna give him a dab anyways, but it's crazy. These streamers and people are acting with alliances and all that.
So, as we go back to the real question here.
But again, Kendrick got some dudes on his side, like the dudes that do all those basketball skits and all that stuff. They're like Team Kendrick too.
But so, real question here for you guys out there, the streamers have as much impact on mainstream media now than ever.
Yeah, they do, because they have influence. And like I be saying, the youth runs everything. They need it. They don't have the money, but they got the parents that are gonna buy what they want. They have this, so they have the influence. Whatever is cool is what the kids see is cool. We're old already. Our time has passed. Is what the kids see what's cool.
Damn.
And it's always been like that.
It's always
That's why people kind of shit on like older rappers. Like, you're too old, because one thing about rap is being cool. And in being cool, they feel like youth is cool. So the dudes that are in their 20s and they're the cool ones. Like, they're the ones that are like they're the leaders of what's cool and what's gonna be the next. And we don't like Playboy Cardi, we don't like, but the youth loves them, so it doesn't matter what the fuck we think. They like, the youth likes that.
What the fuck is up with Playboy Cardi with the lollipop though? The fucking ice.
Oh, you see the performance? It was alright.
The iced out lollipop. Alright, what's next on that?
And then BT we had the duo, the trio back together. Kai, Kevin Hart, and Drewski. There's always funny ones.
I swear, all three of them together is just...
No, they're hilarious, yeah.
I swear they can...
It's like Kevin Hart. We say Kevin Hart's not funny, then we see him on stream with them and like, Kevin Hart's funny.
No, I like the segment when he was referring to his girl.
As a ball?
As my ball. That's my ball.
Yeah, Drewski like, harder fine shit. Like, that can't be done.
He said, I dribbled that ball 50 times.
Yeah, I scored like 40, 50 yesterday. Like, what are you talking about?
Yo, listen, shouts to Kevin Hart and LOL Network, man.
Yeah.
Art Media.
And we had they honor Snoop too. We seen Snoop performing. I like that little performance he did. He had
Snoop, man, still around.
He brought out Corrupt. He brought out Warren G. He even brought out Uncle Charlie.
Dogg Pound Gang and DPG.
I think he's still not.
He actually just dropped his album out.
Crime? Yeah. What was it called?
I forgot. I didn't get the name of it, but his ratings right now, unfortunately, are not the best because of that inauguration.
I feel like nobody gave a damn about.
They knew. I don't
know. It was the way he was at the BET Awards. It looked like I seen people commenting like, "Oh, we're back to messing with Snoop already." I'm like, "Yo, let's have disagreements." I hate this era. We're not gonna agree on everything, and we can't have to all think the same. We're not. What they say? We're not a monolith. Whatever they always drop that word. We're not. People have different opinions. Stop saying we're not gonna think the same. Like. Get over that. Like, some people like this, some people like that.
Yeah, I think what it is for people is essentially they took it as him not standing on his business.
They call him a sellout. Oh yeah, because of what he said.
He said
before.
A couple years prior.
We change our minds all the fucking time. This shit I used to think when I was in 20, 21, 25 that I'm the total opposite. I did a total 180 of what I used to believe back then. It's just, that's the part of growing up. Like, over the years, you're going to change your mind. You're not going to think the same.
You don't work as hard to stay the same.
Get over it, yo. The shit that you think you believe today and you support, in 5, 2, 3 years, you're probably not going to even believe that shit anymore. You're going to think different. It's part of life.
Don't work as hard to stay the same.
But we're going back to profiling and acting, being typecasted, right?
That's correct.
This is what's his name? Woody McClain, you know him as Kane on Ghost Power Book Ghost. And he was on Cam Newton's podcast the other day, and he was talking about being being typecasted and all that, and then this led to a emotional moment.
Yeah,
I'll play the clip real quick.
Because even when my first acting class I took in LA, they had this exercise where it's the first day of class, and you have all these actors in there. And then she sit in a chair in front of the room, boom. And she said, all right, you, come here. Sit right here. This is me, I'm sitting in the chair. Back towards the whole crowd. All right, y'all, I want y'all to tell this guy what y'all see him as. So I'm sitting in the chair, everybody's saying, bad boy, the thug, the killer. I'm hearing this stuff. They don't know me, I'm hearing this stuff. And she's like, all right, stop. She's like, all right, turn around, introduce yourself. So I turn around, I'm like, which one of y'all niggas trying to get here? I'm like, Woody, nice to meet y'all. Everybody's laughing. Turn back around. All right, what y'all see him as? Oh, he's a nice guy. He's a sweet guy. He's the da-da-da-da. About it. Because even when but that moment made me realize people judge you before you even talk, before you even say something. You know what I mean? So before I was just picking any kind of role because I just wanted to act. But now moving forward in my career, it's like I want to be very strategic of what I pick because I don't want everybody to keep perceiving me as this bad person because it's okay, bro.
Cam with the fucking moral support.
Why you got his fucking legs out like that, cross like that?
First of all, put your legs back inside the fucking move, nigga. So,
he came back though. After all that. Being mad emotional.
So, let's talk about it.
Nah, I mean, I'm not an actor. But I'm like, yo, man, I'm big and black. I know what comes with that. Like, I know people gonna have this is how the world is. So but I think it's different acting because he doesn't want to be typecasted and playing the same roles.
So, obviously, my co-star has.
But then I don't know. I feel like this is acting.
So my co-star obviously has this very passive-aggressive approach on his image and what people see him as, right? So in acting school, I've taken a lot of intensive acting courses, 2 years, and I've definitely taken. It's called palading. You can do that amongst fellow actors or agents. You sit there in a room with 20, 30 people, and you say, "Look at me. Who am I? Look at me. Who am I?" And it's like you're grabbing the attention of that person and asking for their pure, raw opinion. And you do nothing but just take it and receive it and posing, digesting it, and moving on to the next person. Just the whole process in itself, it almost descales you to the point where you're like, you want to know what people think, but at the same time, you don't want to know what people think, right? And you also don't want to care, but you also do. And in the world of acting, it's what people perceive you as. And yes, there have been a large new amount of black men in the industry that portray these images, and it's hard to not be typecasted in certain things, and it's almost like you're dumbing down your image to not be something or to be looked at or perceived as a different way. In his regard, he's not in the industry, so he doesn't have that same.
I mean, I'm very nonchalant. I'm like, yeah, you can believe what you want to believe about me. I know what it's like the Eminem song. You say the way I am, like, you can say whatever the fuck you want to think about me. I know who I am, and I'm comfortable with that. Like,
yeah.
The thing is, not a lot of humans ain't like that. A lot of humans care what other people think about them, and they want people to think a certain way about them. I don't care. I mean, it took me a while to get like this because I can't say
build up a callus towards life.
Yeah, I built that. Like, man, it is what it is. Like, you can think what you want about me. I know who I am.
And like I said to you before, it's there's certain fields of interest that you want that critical, feedback, and there's some people it doesn't really apply to his lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm not.
As much as you want to hear it.
I feel like that's the thing about being a good actor. Like, there's people that you might think that you see them on the screen, they'd be a whole other person in another film.
It's the
people that have that skill. Like, I think that, but when I see them in the movie, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's a whole different person.
Absolutely. So, keep that in mind when it comes to how.
I understand why he doesn't want to be typecasted. He doesn't want to be playing the gangster role and everything, or the bad guy, or the bad boy.
Yeah, well, in LA, where obviously in the movie industry, where there's not a large amount of people that have a similar, a similar image as moi.
Yeah.
The selection is very limited. So when you see a whole bunch of Hectors playing Hector roles, it kind of shows you the systemic, meaning to what typecasting is.
Yeah.
Like, I love the dude who plays Hector, right? He's played Hector in
His name is really Hector, too.
His name is really Hector. He's played in so many fucking roles as Hector.
But see, it seems like he don't give a fuck.
He don't give
He
a
just
fuck.
give him a paycheck.
He said, y'all want to be racist? Shit, pay me racist.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is paying me? Like, pay my bills.
How many Tyrones are there out there, bro? How many fucking,
But that's what happens when it's the majority, the majority of people, this country is a Caucasian majority, so it's different for them. This is how it is.
All right. And topic right here is
Happy Pride Month.
along with Pride Month. We always like to give people, a broad spectrum of some of the things that are really taking place, and this is one of these things.
So apparently, I guess Nene Leakes has a podcast or whatever, and she was interviewing T.S. Madison, some transgender.
Okay.
Let's hear it. Yeah, I'll play the clip.
I know it.
Yeah, that doesn't. Do you only know gay men?
Well, I don't date gay men.
What? Okay, well, I you guys be saying that. That's weird.
Why?
Because what do you mean you don't date gay men? Because if he is sleeping with you and sleeping with a woman, he's something.
Well, he's not gay.
What is he?
He's definitely not gay.
He's bi?
Listen, because if a man come in here and he looks at me and you,
Yeah. What is he?
and well, he likes women.
Yeah, because he doesn't know.
Or if he does know, he likes women.
Hey, yo.
Okay, now,
So what is he?
Well,
He's bisexual?
He could be bi or he could be pan.
Okay, what was pan? I forgot. That means you be whatever you like, whatever you like.
Wait, what's his name? What's his name? Pansexual. What's his name?
Wayne Brady?
Wayne Brady. Keep
Yeah, Wayne Brady was just talking.
I don't want to run into him. I don't want to date him.
If you've dated men,
Yeah.
there's a possibility in your life that
He's been with a
he's
man.
been with something. Would you date him if I know him?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
the
this-
man. Yeah, so the man gonna be sleeping with me and you. I don't want to talk to him no more.
You know?
No.
Yeah,
Because see, he's not telling me the truth. 9 times out of 10, like the guy seemed like he would come and tell me that he's bisexual. So what if he never told me? They say he lied to me. You said they wake up and lie. So he woke up and
I feel
lied.
like
how
the
would
emoji you
they
put.
to even say that they find other things
I
outside?
don't know, but I feel like he should
society?
tell me what
Happy
he
Pride Month,
likes.
man.
But
Happy Pride Month.
Or you might demonize him for telling.
I won't. I just probably won't be with him.
Yeah, that is correct. And then men risk they risk losing that. There are some men that have experiences, just like there are women that have had an experience.
Still, he's coming over there looking at your beautiful hair and makeup. Well, he can't come around and see mine.
Well, yeah.
Well, what's going on?
Well, yeah.
The
Now I'm
man.
talking.
Yeah, so the man.
So,
So if I wear a cop suit, I wear a cop uniform, does that make me a cop?
yeah.
You're dressed like a woman. You're not a woman. It's Halloween every day for you. But I'm just telling you,
He
man,
ain't no damn cop.
you can't have conversations. These people are mentally, I know it's not right to say, but I'm gonna say they got a mental disorder. All right? It's a mental disorder. You can't talk to people. They're gonna say nothing but loony shit to you. This lady has a whole fucking penis under her dress, and she's trying to tell you that she is a woman because she dresses like a woman and got her body done to have women body parts. Well, a chest, I guess, or whatever. She kept her penis. I mean, she didn't even want to be a real woman. She still has the shit on her. And even in the interview, she's talking about when she deals with dudes.
Got the
She said
slammy
she
on
deals
her.
with dudes. The dudes want her to put like a pillow over it to cover it. Like, what's that? Yo, I'm sick of these conversations. Yo, this is why, but this is the women's fault why they disrespect y'all. Like, remember when that other interview with Candace and what's that dude's name from Hollywood Unlocked?
Paris Hilton?
No, the other dude from Hollywood Unlocked. What's his name?
Jason Lee.
Jason Lee. That's why these people they be saying the most crazy shit to y'all because y'all allow it. Y'all want to accept everybody. They come in your circles and they tell you they're just like you when they can never be you. They don't bleed every month. They don't do any of that, but you gotta give them the leeway and they come in and tell you that they're women. You're not a woman, bro. That's in your head. That's like an anorexic. She is not fat. That's what she sees in her head when she looks in the mirror that she's obese when she's not. You guys are mentally ill Y'all want to think you guys are males or you think you guys are females, you guys are not. You are what God made you, a male or a female, when you were born. It's just a mental disorder. And I'm sick of us acting like it's not a mental disorder. But that's what I think. That's not what he thinks. This is what I think. I don't care. Y'all could attack. I just feel like we got to stop playing these fantasy games with these people. That's why they think that they could do this. They are mentally ill, and we got to stop having these conversations with these people and taking them serious.
So,
but shout out to all my L's and my G's, but the T's, man, they're bugging out. They be bugging the fuck out.
The T's and the Q's, they be
and all you Decepticons that are giving them these thoughts and messing with them, just come out the fucking closet. It's 2025.
Yo, we still love y'all.
Come out the closet, man, and tell you, be like that dude
I'm gonna show you love regardless.
We're gonna show you love regardless, man. We don't have no feelings for you guys. Be who you want to be. But y'all keep giving these people these power to make them think that they're females or make them think that they're males when they're not. They're playing dress up. I'm done.
Listen, you heard what my boy said. Oh, my man said. You heard what my co-star said. I don't want y'all to get fucked up.
Stop asking these people these questions.
There are a lot of confusion.
They are not there all the way up here. They are a little loony. So they got a couple chemical imbalances up there.
Real question here, right, is that if we confused, what you think the kids is?
Super confused. We live in LA. I feel like they trying to push these on these kids. They want these kids to learn this shit. And kids are gonna be easily influenced kids. They're gonna be like, oh, I'm 2 months. I'm 4 years old. I might want to be a girl, or I might want to be a boy. Stop it, man. It's like, I'm gonna say there's a gay. I don't think there's a gay gene, but it's like they're influencing the new generations to move a certain way.
Oh.
And I feel that way. I feel like you go on TikTok, you see these. It's like they're pushing this shit. And kids are easy. I remember when I was younger, I didn't want to be I was in no game. But I heard some shit I wanted to be,
When you're docile and you're easy to manipulate.
Yeah, like when you're a baby, you're like clay, all right? They're shaping you. And then it's evident that they're trying to shape the new generation to be a certain way.
It's easier to deal with when you don't have any, social cues.
Yeah, I remember I seen a quote. If you give me a kid till he's 7, I can make him believe anything. Give me a little kid, I can make him think red is blue.
Like I saw some
and he's gonna argue that like red is blue when it's not. Because I shaped it and I influenced him and tell him that red is blue.
Yeah, and since we're talking about the influence that women and men have, and more importantly, what they think, what do y'all think about Angel Reese getting?
Oh yeah, we skipped that on the BET Awards. He got the.
What do you think about Angel Reese getting the BET Woman of the Year award?
I think that's just bullshit. They got AJ Wilson out there. They got a bunch of people that are actually doing stuff.
Listen, things don't work out between you and Bam. We can play one-on-one for you. You can play one-on-one for your heart, girl.
I love basketball. But I'm telling you, man, it's just, I feel like she's getting the sympathy I feel like they're giving her that because of the hate she's getting from the CC fans. So they're like, all right, here's the award. You're not going to get no other award. So we're going to give you this. You didn't get the Rookie of the Year? Here, get this. At least you have this.
Do you really think that Angel Reese deserves?
She's like the worst, not the worst player in the league, but she's not even the top player.
Yo, listen, Woman of the Year.
They got that chick that's winning in tennis. What's that girl's name?
Coco Gauff.
They got her. They got all
Coco
these people.
Just won the fucking French Opens, bro.
But y'all giving it to her because y'all want to give her sympathy awards because
shout out to
Caitlin Clark fans don't like her that much, so they want to give her this. It's annoying.
Yo, I'm gonna need you guys to. This goes into the whole accountability thing here too, because
like these are sympathy awards. Like we can see it now. At least be more. Don't be so direct with your agenda.
Like there have been some.
I mean, we've seen what's called complaining about that? Papoose
Clarice,
yeah, she could get that. Like
she's gonna got it. She's one
of the top boxers right now.
She's a heavy champ. Like, come on.
But I guess she doesn't have a mass of people that are against her. Like
She needs more hate. She needs
Yeah, I
more
guess she needs more hate to get
She
that
needs more
award.
hate. You know, Remy, the whole Remy situation, how she conducted
Yeah,
herself
I mean, I get people
wasn't
choosing,
enough.
and people are gonna choose Remy's side because Remy is more
So they
prevalent in that in the hip hop whatever culture. They know Remy more than they know Clarissa. Even though Clarissa dropped that movie was like, you seen that movie on her life?
Yeah. But has Clarissa fought anyone for us to be like, oh, she's.
I don't know. I feel like we don't hold female boxing that much. The only other female boxing we love that much is because who her father was, and that was Muhammad Ali's daughter. Now I'm trying. That's the only female boxer that I know. But I know UFC is kind of big up there too with them.
Listen, shouts to AR getting her Woman of the Year award. Listen,
sympathy award.
Listen, I just want you to make sure you doing your job on the court, getting better every day.
Better. Than stop making podcasts.
And
get in the gym.
Make it about you on the court. That's how you got here, right? But
they said she's gonna be the next Michael Jordan in the league. That's what I heard.
Copy that. But
if it's good, it's good.
Yo, listen, it's that time of the year, gentlemen.
Playoffs, you know, it's 5-1 right now. I already knew they were good. I think Indiana did their job. They got one game. That's all they need to do. But now they gotta win. I think it's gonna go back to OKC 2-2.
So what?
And then after that, I think OKC's winning the next 2 games.
So it's gonna go the distance because why? Small markets and more importantly.
You keep on thinking that
when it goes the distance,
the alien is trying to shape the playoff.
The adjustment bureau is in full effect here. Listen, the 2 smaller markets. If it goes to 5, they're not going to get the most money out of it because it's the least viewed. But if it goes to 7, they're going to make a couple more bucks and they can say it was worth the while.
So what are you going to say when it doesn't go 7?
I'm going to say, hey, someone fucking missed out in Vegas because no one bought the shorts on this fucking thing.
Yo, I watch it, man. I watched the first game. Second game, I already knew OKC was going to win, so I seen like the end of it. But I still think it's going to be OKC in 6.
Oh, I can't even chant it because I'm not like SGA be flopping all over the court. That's not even real ball anymore. Like, come on.
I mean, there's a lot of rumors out there. I heard KD going to the Knicks and they're trying to make that happen.
Oh, God. KD, come on.
Well, what the Knicks going to give up? Miles Bridges and a couple picks and this and that third?
Well, I think honestly, the Knicks don't need KD.
I know. I don't know why people keep going craving for KD. The man, ever since that Achilles injury, the man does not play full season. Well, he wasn't even doing that before that. But he's missing a lot of games. He's always hurt every year now. I feel like, but then again, Knicks would be a good team. I don't think KD needs to be the man. He needs to go on a team where there's a couple stars already.
Like Minnesota.
He's like a distant or something.
Like Minnesota.
Yeah,
he needs to go to Minnesota.
Somewhere where he doesn't need to be the main scorer, but he's there. He'll give you 30, 40. He needs to go somewhere like when he was in OKC.
I see Luka out there working out.
Yeah, I see Luka getting.
Yo, man, don't fucking play games with Luka, man. We out here next season, man.
And LeBron was on his podcast. They were talking about, and even Giannis talking about him having. He said,
the hate continues.
I ain't gonna hate. They're saying, let's see it. Giannis, they're saying that LeBron, they hear all the time with LeBron. Let me play the clip.
It was like, I be on social media, like, LeBron has no bag. I'm sitting over here.
What is that?
LeBron has no bag. I'm sitting like at 50 billion points.
That doesn't mean nothing. Like,
yeah. So,
then we have, let me go back to what Giannis said. Because Giannis was like, and it's so funny, the dude that supports you is another guy with no bag. Ain't that funny as hell? The dude with no bag.
He mimics the game after LeBron.
No, it's because they are 2 physically gifted human beings. They don't need a bag.
Yeah,
they're bigger than you. They run fast.
Anthony Edwards doesn't have a bag.
Anthony Edwards does not have a bag.
No, bro.
What?
Did he even say it himself?
He's lying to you. He said he don't want to be the face of the league, but he's doing all this shit to be the face of the league.
Yo, Anthony Edwards
But this is what he said.
He said that's why he don't go in the dunk contest. He don't do any of that shit because he
The man, we see his game. The man has a bag, bro. LeBron doesn't have a bag. Giannis does not have a bag. They are just physically gifted. They overpower you and run past you. All LeBron does is he looks at the ball and he shoots it. That's one move, and he has that one dunk. They don't have any move. Giannis has a Euro a little. Yeah, Giannis has a little more back than he has that little Euro.
This guy was born to hate.
I'm not hating. It's the truth. LeBron doesn't need a bag. He is physically gifted. He doesn't need a bag. Like Kobe needed to do all that shit to get the shot off. Kobe had the fadeaway. Jordan had the fadeaway. AI had the troll. Everybody had something in their bag. Kyrie has that layup the layup bag.
That's hate pumping in his
No, Curry has that shot bag where he'll move. He'll do all that shit. Harden has a little step back bag.
NBA leading scorer got
That doesn't mean that he's overpowered. So Shaq has a bag? Shaq was just more powerful than people. He's dicking niggas out the way. Just like LeBron. LeBron does not need a bag.
Comparing LeBron to Shaquille.
Yeah, they're both dominant players. They were
not the guy on the gummies. Not the guy on the gummies.
So now you're gonna surprise. You're gonna disrespect one of the greatest big men to play in the league.
Yo, y'all ever try Shaquille in those gummies?
Man, we get on topic.
I'm not questioning.
LeBron has no bag. It's okay. He does not need a bag. He is the most physically gifted player to ever play in the NBA. Giannis, you don't have no bag either. You're just like him.
Yo, listen.
You score all the points because you were dominant. You play on teams with
bag or not. At the end of the day, there's so many great athletes that have changed the game. And
yeah, the ones with the bags changing.
And
all LeBron did was bring on AAU culture, team up coaches in the NBA. That's what he's gonna be known for.
Okay.
Player power movement. That's what they call it. The player power movement.
So
this was basically teaming up.
According to this guy and the rest of whoever, LeBron is not an impact player. He had no bag.
No, his only impact was teaming up.
And he had no bag. So.
He had no bag. He don't need a bag though. That's what I'm saying. He does not need a bag because he is the most physically gifted player of all time.
All right, LeBron, you don't need a bag.
But you don't. You don't have one. It's okay.
Listen, I took out a couple things at your non-bag.
What?
And put it in.
Yeah, you trying to run niggas over. Like LeBron. What the fuck? That's what you trying to do.
Yeah. Listen,
that's the bag, running you over.
If you out there and you like what we talk about, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, man.
For more points,
show
love.
Regardless, you heard. See you on the next episode.
Peace.